All right, guys, today's doodle escape, we're going to the coast. And yeah, there's the lighthouse, and I think there's going to be a whale tail stuck out here in the middle of the water too, just because it's going to be fun. Let's get started. Good morning and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie and I am here with an escape to the coast. Oh yeah, subscribe! Right there! If you're new, click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when new videos go up. I am excited. We are heading towards 100,000 subscribers. We're over 90,000, so it can't take that much longer, right? If everybody subscribes, if everybody who watches actually clicks the subscribe button and watches the video all the way through to the end, YouTube will get a huge signal that this channel is something that people should be getting the chance to watch. So I appreciate everybody who's here. Welcome to all the people coming in on the live chat. We will be doing this fun picture. I took this photograph at Cape Disappointment in Washington State on the Pacific Ocean. And this is at a state park. Isn't that pretty? I have actually seen waves that have crashed up so high that they come clear up to the top of this lighthouse. In Washington and along the Pacific coast, our lighthouses tend to be a lot shorter because they're up on top of bluffs. Very few of our lighthouses are down on jetties in the water. Most of them are way up high on top of promontory rocks and things like that. So the actual lighthouse doesn't have to be as tall, which makes it a lot more easy to draw. So yeah, photo references are so much fun to use. I especially like getting to share the ones I do. So this photo reference is available on Unsplash. It's a free photos for artists and site to use the photograph as a reference for your artwork. The recommendation is don't just take this picture from Unsplash and then just print it and sell it. That's not what the license is. The license is to use it as a reference so that you can build your own artwork. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you being here. Getting ready for work. Yeah, getting ready for work. I have watched a lot of live videos in the mornings before getting ready for work. So, oh, do the doodle? Have you done your doodles yet? Have you done your doodle? I know that some of our viewers have already received their doodle t-shirts and mugs in the mail from Teespring. I am so excited to hear that. And I just want to say this is what it looks like when you're wearing a Do the Doodle t-shirt. The doodle is placed higher up on the shirt so that it's not in an inappropriate or less advantageous location. I think about those things. You know, it's one of those things I think about. So let's get started. I've been chattering on enough. People are getting here. Yay. All right. So we're going to do our quick little outline on the page. Oh, real quick though. I have this photograph. Okay, I was remembering what the photograph looked like. I wasn't looking at the photograph when I was playing. So how'd I do? This one here was just doodling in my sketchbook. And I was remembering what it was like. So I don't think I did too bad there. But then I had doodled the one with just the coastline and the whale tail. And I've had a few people ask for the whale tail, so we're going to stick a whale tail in here. All right, get my giggly self going. We have a piece of 140-pound watercolor paper that we're going to be drawing on. But to start off with, I want to kind of break this into little bits. And thank you guys. Yes, thumbs up are so helpful. They are helpful to me personally. They let me know that you like this kind of video, that you want more of this type of video, or that you really like the subject matter and that you want more of that subject matter. So if you like going to the coast, doing artwork for the beach, if you like live video, if you just like hanging out and chat, any of them, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. And remember, click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when new videos go up. There we go. Colored pencils. Okay, I have a thing of colored pencils. These are old Prismacolors. I think I want something that we're going to be able to see in all... Whoops, that one won't be able to be seen in all the colors. Let's go with this bright blue. All right. I need that a little bit sharper. So yeah, I'm going to use my... See? Little pencil sharpener. Sorry about the noise. Hey guys, could you tell me if the sound is loud enough for you? Not the pencil sharpener sound, my voice. I moved the microphone off the table and put it up there. There. It's over there and up off the table. Yeah, sea life is good stuff. So we have this band here. This is where the lighthouse is. So I'm going to go ahead and outline the lighthouse block just to give us kind of an idea of what this lighthouse looks like. You can't see that. Let's zoom in. We don't need me on the screen anymore. So that's kind of the little lighthouse block right there. That's too dark. See, the lighthouse really is very simple. And we're not going to put this extra little control tower thingy there. For right now, I am just giving myself the sections. And I am putting trees in this time. These trees are going to actually be tree shapes. You can hear me very well today. Excellent. So then I'm going to go like this and say the wave is spraying out there, but the hill comes down here. So I'm not sure where I'm going to break that. And then right there, we've got a section. We've got an actual landform there. So this bit of land right over here, that's Oregon State. So that's right across by Astoria, Oregon. This is right near Ilwaco, Washington. I love when things are so close. So I'm just giving this our sections, simplifying. That's what we do. We simplify. And you know what? There's even a bit of a wave bit right there. Does that help you guys? Does it help you to see me simplify this way? Let's zoom back out just a little bit so you can see more of the page. There we go. See, does that help you when I simplify like this? And then we can even look at this and go, there's a bit of a break in that wave there. So it's almost flowing up the hill. I think that it's helpful. For me, it's helpful. Let's see. We don't even have the sun. There are a couple puffy clouds. I'm just going to add another one over there. Just because I want to. And I do have some clouds over the top of that hill right there too. Very helpful. Good, good. So we're going to go ahead and just get started drawing this. Doodling away. If you have done the 30 the 30 doodles on the fill patterns. Those might come in handy if you have done the video for that. That's up in the iCard. You can click that iCard anytime during the video. So if you decide, oh, you know, I might want to go and check that video out, it's up there. Drawing or painting water can sometimes confuse you, yes. But remember, we're doodling, and doodling doesn't require being precise. Good morning, good morning. Oh, and hey guys, we're going to give this one away. This is going to be a free giveaway today. So, let's see here, how long have we been going? In about, well, no, I'll tell you here in just a second. Let me get the link for today's Google form. Copy. Come on, paste. There, do it that way. Haha. So, we're going to be giving this one away at the end of the show today. There is one entry per person, and the form is not going to lock you out. It's not going to keep you from only doing one entry. I just ask you, please only put one entry per person in, and any duplicate entries, your first entry is your number. So if you accidentally do it more than once, no worries, but I will be scanning through the list and making sure that if your number is picked, that you are on your first entry is the one that will get picked. So I think that's going to be good. And let's see here. Hey, Sue Moore, you need to email me. I sent you an email yesterday afternoon because you won the rose from the the watercolor rose video. So, all right. And if you've already emailed me, I haven't checked my email yet this morning. Just saying. All right, I'm going to zoom in and we're going to focus. I have RoboCam over the top of my desk now. All right, so I want to start getting this in, and I think I'm going to put that big rock down here in front. And I am going to put just part of that horizon line back here. So right now, what I've done, I've put in this rock and that horizon line. Just that bit right there. Oh, excellent. So Gina got her unicorn popsicle card that she won. See, people are getting they're getting their prizes. We actually send them out. So now I want to put that little hillside here, and I'm going to stop. I'm not going to worry about making it go all the way across because then it would be going through my water. Oh my goodness. Well, Tammy, okay guys, I'm going to give you the word for the form. The word for today is beach escape. Beach escape. So that would be B-E-A-C-H, escape, because we are escaping to the coast. Yeah, so we've done our basic. Now I'm going to come here, and I'm looking at this, and I'm going, all right, this kind of goes up like that, and down, whoops, deep. And you're going, whoa, that's weird. This wave is going to go way up over the hill because I'm actually going to have my wave section come down like this, and then the water is going to hit that rock. I need to give myself some room for that lighthouse, don't I? This lighthouse is on top of this hill right here. And like I said, lighthouses in Washington and Oregon especially don't have to be really huge. So basically it's like a trapezoid. We've got the railing, and then we have the actual housing for the light, and the lens is inside. And then there's a little dome and a signal light that's on top. And then there's a little house next to it. This is more like a little control building. And I guess we're only going to end up with one doodle tree going up, and it's going to go way up. And this doodle tree, the branches are super simple. We're going to make his trunk a little bit thicker. And then his branches are going to come down like this and around. Ha! And you're going, whoa, that's a weird looking doodle tree. It is, isn't it? Looks kind of like a Christmas tree from the 60s or the 70s. Those metallic trees. But what I'm doing is I am doodling. So now I'm just going to make those kind of into pointies. I'm making this up as I go along. I have no idea if this tree is going to turn out. And that is part of doodling. You don't always know. Oh, this is working. I've not seen anybody doing trees like this one. This is just triangles coming off of a pole. And then we'll just make that get dark. Little triangles. If you want to put color on this, be my guest, put color. I am doing it as a black and white. Sorry, my hand is in the way. I'm doing it as a black and white doodle. This is a weird little doodle. Absolutely. Yay, thank you guys for entering. And remember, beach escape is the word of the day. So I'm going to go in and I want to break this one right here and say that that's actually a little wave that's going to be curling back in. And then here's the, let's see, the ground there. And then we've got the hill breaking down. See, there's going to be all kinds of little sections here that we can fill with doodles. And it doesn't matter that I got that line there. I can work it in. You know, I think I want to put another little tree right back here. That tree just looked lonely. And you can do that. You can make decisions. You can change your mind. Have fun. Relax as you're doodling. Don't get too tied up in it has to look a certain way. And let yourself have the permission see, I'm just doing this funny little wiggle shape back inside here. So it looks like maybe there's some bushes and stuff. In my mind, that's what those are. I did go ahead and put tape around it here, so that way there's that little bit of a margin. And the link is pinned in the comments below the video. If you miss it, I am posting it again in the chat right now. The link will be removed. Come on. enter. The link will be removed after the show is over because you can't enter after the show. I'm going to put a little pattern on that roof. And there's no windows or anything showing up on this side here, and there's really nothing showing up on that little building either. So it's just a little dark box. So I'm going to say it's a little dark box, and we're just going to make it a little stripy box, like a little cinder brick box. Fill it with patterns. Have fun. So we know something is there. You notice that by swooping that curve, it makes that shape look round even though the base is flat. I could have swooped the curve a little bit on that railing, but you know what? That railing is up high. It has a floor under it. And I'm going to go ahead and my doodling is going to actually give us some shading. So my doodling on this one, I'm just going to put the light on the front side, and the back side here is going to be dark, but this one has a dark stripe. So we'll give it a little bit of that stripe all the way around. We've got a lighthouse on a hill. We've got something that looks kind of wave-ish. You can kind of see through it. Actually, I think I'm going to pull that down, and I'm going to say you can see through that bit. Guess what? We can do that. I'm glad that building a seascape this way is helping you. You know, you're not always made in the way that you can break things down. But if you have a picture and you just start outlining those areas. So I'm going to say that this has little swirly waves coming in. We're going to just put some swirls in. This is doodling in pattern fill. So we're filling this area here with a bit of a wave coming up, maybe a little bit more, rolling along that edge. This is all of that wavy bit that's coming in. There we go. And now you can go back and you can give it more weight by just connecting a line to that center. Look at that. Just add little lines in. So it feels like it's starting to fall over there, doesn't it? And then this bit down here, I'll show you after I get the rest of the way around. So I'm just connecting that line up a little bit. Make it look like that whole wave is all connected. But then I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to give it a little outline. Some people call that an aura or an echo. I just call it an outline. And then I'm going to say that this is actually, instead of being just crashing where there's a lot of water still, I'm going to say most of the water has been draining back out into that wave. It's really pushing up underneath of it. And I'm going to say that we've got a bit more of a little beach. This actually is a beach area. This is the, I'm not sure if this isn't Beard's Hollow, this is another section. But it's there. People surf right here. They surf on these waves. So, you know, people are surfing there. I'm going to say that this section, because this is going to be more like spray that's going up, I'm going to start loosening that up a little bit. Like that. And then, let's see, I want to give it some wispiness. So I'm putting these little kind of like palm tree ends. Look at that. Little palm tree ends. Starting to give it that feeling of the wave is crashing up. I have actually seen waves this high on this hill before. It's crazy. The doodling in your jammies club. Ha ha ha. Always fun. I actually did get dressed because I've been outside today watering all the plants because it is going to be warm for us, which means it's going to be about 85 degrees. And I know for some people that's not warm at all. I want to go ahead and I want to figure out, what do I want to do? I think for here, we're going to fan this out. See how we can fan that out. Again, this is doodling and I am not sure what I'm doing. I am just having fun and playing. I think the wave is, this crashing wave going up is actually getting those sort of bumpy outline type lines. Maybe taking it all the way to those points. See how following the line kind of gives us that feeling of movement and motion? But then I'm not following it perfectly, so that way it's getting that bumpiness. See, that's what I'm kind of mimicking here. Yeah, you know, when we can't escape to the coast, I like to escape to my yard and my front porch. But escaping to the beach is one of my favorite things. I live about an hour and a half from the coast. I almost always have. Being on the western side of Washington, it's really cool because I live about an hour and a half from the coast and an hour and a half from high mountains, about an hour and a half-ish from Mount Rainier, and from Mount St. Helens, I'm only about 45 minutes, and from Mount Hood, I'm about an hour and a half. So I'm pretty well placed here. So just give your line a wobble. Let your line have a wobble. And then join it up out in the front. And you'll see that that first outline that we made is going to start disappearing some. See, I want to join up that just a little bit. You guys are seeing me figure this out as I'm going along. I do not have this plan. You saw my first idea, which was this one right here. So it's changed. It's changed quite a bit, and that's okay. You don't always have to go with your first idea. And that's something else. Don't feel constricted. Use your imagination. Let your creativity come out. You are the one in control. I'm going to put a little line here like this. And that line there. See, and I will do this. I will bounce around. I want to put that whale tail. So I am going to put the whale tail. Whales do come into the mouth of the Columbia at Astoria here. We usually have gray whales on the coast. So I'm going to get that whale tail in there. Now, I'd probably put the wrong kind of whale tail, but you know what? It's a whale tail. And I want to make sure that it's in there. And if you can do the whale tail here is basically like a seagull wing and coming down, or it can just be flat, triangle, coming down. You just want to make sure that your tail is flat to the body, not sideways. If your tail is going, I can't even draw that right now. Let's see. Tail this way. If your tail is going sideways, that's like a fish. And whales are not fish. Whales are mammals. Whales are people too. Okay. So, make sure that you're entering the contest to win this drawing free. Enter. Come on, enter. There we go. At the end of the video, we will be checking. I'm going to actually take a peek and see how many entries we've had. We've only had 17 entries. Wow. You guys have pretty good chance of winning. So, wow. Okay, I'm just going to keep going on with my waves. This one here this is a very organic pattern. And I like it. I like how it kind of gets all bumpy. I am drawing on watercolor paper that does have a slight texture to it. This is the 140-pound Arteza watercolor paper. And I really enjoy it for working with pens. I like it for watercolor also. And down below in the more information box, I do have affiliate links for all of my materials, and I do earn a small commission if you make a purchase after clicking on one of those links. So thank you for your support. I'm going to actually start fanning out here. Maybe I'll let those, ooh, see, we can do that. We can let those ends just start floating out there. Neat thing about pen is that you can change your mind. People think, oh, pen work, you can't change your mind. You can't fix things or adjust things. And then I'm going to put water drops. But you can change it. You can adjust it. you can say, ooh, I like this. I want to change it and have that also. And the little driplets. Driplets? Wow. Droplets? Get smaller as they go away from the splash. So I think this is actually starting to work its way out that way. And this can be filled with as many different kinds of patterns. And patterns you don't expect are actually so much fun to put in. So, you know, there might be some patterns we don't expect to go in that will be. And this is where you get your wobbly pen out and just have a blast drawing lines, relaxing, giving yourself permission to just say, ooh, I want to follow that line for a second. Ooh, I like that. When you follow a line, you see how we're getting motion in this water without trying to make motion in the water? Hey, Darcy, it's no problem. We got it all sorted out. I hope you and I are good now. We're just, I certainly apologized and made sure that everything is fixed. And that part of the video where we had the bump in Mondays is all taken care of and not even in the video anymore. So we don't have any worry. So I am happy you're here. I'm glad that you came back. I love my group and I don't want to ever cause any undue issues. Any undue issues? Hey, you know what? You never have an undue issue with a pen because you can always just draw over the line. See? I'm just drawing straight over this line. And we're just getting that splash going. And there's going to be a lot of mist out here. I'm seeing that right now. I want mist. You know how I'm doing mist? I'm just tapping the pen. There we go. Just tapping the pen. Getting mist up on our hill. And this is the water splashing. Big waves. I love the Pacific Ocean. I love our big waves. We may not have beautiful white sandy beaches. Our beaches are kind of gray sand. That's because there's a lot of iron in our sand. There's also gold. I saw when I was at this beach, people were digging up buckets of sand, and then they had a little portable mining tool that's like a rocker box. They poured the sand into it. They would pour water into it. And they would just rock it back and forth, and they would get all of the loose sand and the big rocks out, and they would get it down to basically, there was like a lot of iron, but then there would be little flakes of gold. So, there we go. Yay. And they're successful. They actually, you know, can legally do that too, because they're not really taking any, they're not harming the environment. They're putting the sand right back. It's going to go right back out into the ocean or onto the beach. I mean, they're only finding, you know, flakes of sand. It's not like it's, or flakes of gold. It's not like it's, there we we go. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. It's distraction time. I think I want that space there to be a little bit darker. To make it darker, I'm just going in and dividing some of those lines with another little line. Doesn't even have to go all the way up to the top. I just want it to be a little darker down here because I want this wave bit. I'm going to make it curling also. See? You can change your mind, make your decisions. If you don't put the full curl into it, you can actually just have it like it's curled under. There we go. And then I'm going to make that come around. Like I said, people actually surf on this beach. I think I'm going to leave that bit kind of open, maybe just a few little lines. So it's kind of like the water is swooping back in and you've got that other wave that's coming down. See, my lines are not perfect. My lines are all over the place. And that's part of the fun of this. This is turning out pretty well, isn't it? I'm pretty excited by that. I think I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to curl that one down. So it's like the front edge of that. And these are all little disordered waves curling in. So we're doing a lot of spirally and line type pattern today, just because they're very beachy and make me feel like a lot of water and things like that. I hope you give it a try. See how I just disguised that line that was coming down? You just give it a little bit of darker outline next to it, but make it wider. And I'm going to go ahead and get my little splashes in here, and I'm still putting some doodles up here on the hill. And the splashes will just end up working into it somehow. I'm not, maybe some little bigger drops closer to the water. Let's see, this is like that water that's tracking back. I'm not making real waves. These are doodle waves. So these waves can go any which way, and they can have more iterations, more, you wouldn't see this quite so curly inside here on this real wave. This is like lots of bumps. And it does have the next sort of wave-ish bit coming up behind it. This just crashed into the hill right below the lighthouse. We only went about this far. Like this. That's about what we've done. About what we've drawn with the rock down here in front. I want something else right here, though. So I think I'm just going to make that kind of like a little dark rock. I just wanted a little bit more something right there. Maybe something on the foot of that lighthouse, right there. Little boxes. If you can draw boxes, you can draw this. If you can draw a squiggly line, you can draw this. This is all doodling and all fun. And we got our whale tail. So there's this line right here, and it's bothering me a little bit. So all I'm going to do is go in and say that this area right here, wider than the line, is darker. Maybe it's a twist in that wave. There's a shadowy bit. See, you can camouflage. That's the word I was looking for earlier. You can camouflage things with pen. You can go back in and, let's see, I want to make this section right here darker going down. Just follow the lines that you put in before. So this is sort of a shadowy bit in the water. And there are shadowy bits. And there's light, shiny bits. And you notice I'm not coloring. I'm just drawing a line next to it. There's a difference between coloring it in, and you'll still see it a little bit. And that's okay. You know, it's part of it is the journey of the doodle. The doodle changes, just like life. Life changes, things happen. We make mistakes, we make good decisions, we make poor decisions. We're human. I love that. I love that there's always the next moment where we can make a choice. That's the thing that I love. There's always the next moment. So if something's not going well right now, you can change it. You can change how you view it. Even if it's something that you can't change yet, you can change how you view it. You can change how you react. I love that. I love that we can change our entire way of interacting for good. We can spread positivity out there in the world. That's what my videos and things like that are for. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I think I went down here under this edge to get a little bit more shadowy now. This is the kind of doodle that you can get lost in and just enjoy. And then go, ooh, I like that idea. Splishy splashy. I'm not worried about this line out here. That one, no big deal. Yeah, that's how you get depth, is by adding lines, not by just scribbling it in, because then you can have it following the shape. Say I want to enhance that little bump right there, and I just gave it a little bit more. Oh, and that's something else. Look, we can go in and we can put dots going like in a line also. Say there's some sparkles on the water, but then we're coming down here and it's a dip in, so we're just going to put line, line, line. But then it's popping back out, so I want it to have maybe a little sparkle. When I was in high school, I was that crazy girl that sat over in the corner and drew big, huge drawings, like on 30 by 40 paper with a pen. And it was the old drafting style pen with the little pump inside that would go back and forth and would force the ink out, and it had little tubes that you had to fill with ink. It wasn't a fountain pen. It was actually a technical drawing pen for draftsmen. And I would sit there and I would do entire drawings with stippling and making dots closer together or farther apart, and have the entire drawing done that way. So be happy I'm not doing that with you guys, because that's a journey. That takes time. I don't know that I would be able to keep anybody watching. I may have to start another channel where I do the speed videos. That's kind of what I was thinking when I was talking about the speed videos, that possibly doing those of some of these doodles. I think what I'll do is I will create another channel that will be all art on not art on speed, high velocity art. Oh, that is excellent to hear. So Sue said that she loves how it's unfolding before her eyes, watching me draw. Well, I'm saying me. She says you. Watching you draw around sections of the landscape yesterday and now was a mind-blown moment. It brought such clarity to the picture. Excellent. And it's doodling. We are not drawing a wave. We're just drawing lines, and it's just making things show up. I have a bit of a plan, but I don't have I don't have this planned. You know what I mean, right? I had a bit of a plan. That was my plan, right there. So that's where we've ended up so far. I know that I am going to go off the waves here in just a moment, and we're going to get that hillside. I'm thinking that out here in the water, we're going to do some little up and down, just a wavy line, just little waves. We want the water to feel like it's deep, so you wouldn't have big rocking waves here. It's got to be deep enough for the whale. You know? So there. I'm not going to mess with that part of the water anymore. We're going to put a pattern back in here in the hill and up here and this rock. And this area right here might end up just being very simple. You've got to have some places for your eye to rest. This is a lot of action. Boom, wave, crash, wave. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Actually, I want to pull that in. See, and I'm looking at it and going, I want that wave to actually pull over there a little bit more. You can do that. You can do that. You're the one in charge of your drawing. If your mind says, hey, hold it a second, there needs to be a little bit more something there. Like, I want some little fingers of coming off of those. Loosen them up just a little bit. Not so rigid. Little fingers of water. Spray coming out. See? There you go. So really quick, if you got, whoops, sorry. Come on, focus. Focus. There you go. I moved my hands too quickly and it confused the camera. If you guys are interested, I do have a Patreon. And I also have, hey Tammy, thanks and have a great day. I do have a Patreon, and I also have the PayPal for quick ways. If you're interested in helping either as a one-time or as a ongoing, if you're still here, you're somebody who has decided that you like sharing and you like helping out my channel. So there you go. I also have a super chat. If you do super chats, that's fine too. But there's no pressure. No, you're not required. This is a free lesson, and we're going to just have fun. It's only if you are interested in doing that. Let's see. I want to come back here. I want to look at this, the bottom of that wave. It's a bit more sprayed out. So I think I'm going to sort of pull some little lines out, like it's sending out little bubbles, softening it up just a little bit. Look at that. Get a little bit more of that splash. You see, we do have some of those dark areas and light areas. I could go in and do so much more. I mean, this area up here is a lot darker, but I want it to be lighter than the background. So we need to go put some patterns in on the background. I think this hillside here, ooh, let's see. I do know that I need to rotate my paper so I can get my hand on that. Thank you. Yeah, being able to do something that when kids are napping or when you are, having a little bit of downtime, I think I'm going to go in. I'm adding a few more downward branches to the tree. Look at that. Because I can. Because you can. And then I'm going to put some shadow in. Along some of those branches, and maybe just put a few more little shadowy bits between. See how that's giving that little tree a bit more fullness. I think I even want to put a few little fingery, oh yeah, there we go. It was a little too bumpy for me. I wanted there, a little too pokey. I needed it to soften up. And you see how I softened that up? Was just putting some of those little fingers on. There. Now it feels a little more tree to me. Yep, and the monthly giveaway for my members is going to be happening this week. So, paid members get put into all paid members get put into the drawing. If a paid member won last month is the only way. I'm not going to include for this month, but just because I want to give enough chances for people to win, and I draw like 2 or 3 names out. So you have a pretty good chance right now. I think we're about 19 or 20 patrons right now. So if I'm drawing 3 a month, everybody's going to get a drawing in, just a few months, and everybody's going to have a drawing. And then we'll just put everybody, and we will put everybody's name back in. But it just makes it more fun, And I share my photo references, and I share coloring sheets and project packs. And you guys, I tend to run ideas by you guys also, my patrons. My patrons are amazing for all of the help, being able to help me buy new cards for my computer or new microphones, new cables. Oh, I like that. I like that. Although, I want that to reach out even farther. Because, you know what? I want it to reach out and curl under even more. What can I say? Yeah, Super Chat takes 30%. PayPal takes like 3%. Patreon is about the same. They take like 3%. So, you know, it works out. But whatever way you're comfortable, if you are interested in helping, thank you. And if you don't have money to help with, I know in this day and age right now, a lot of us don't. I have to be really careful with my patrons, with my patronage right now. I do support a couple different artists also, because, you know, we do that. But sharing the videos, watching a video all the way through to the very end, actually is one of the biggest helps, because YouTube will see, oh, people like you watch this video all the way to the end. So maybe other people like you will watch this video all the way to the end, and they will share it with other people like you. So that is really, that is a way you are helping my payday. Just by watching the video all the way to the end, or coming back and watching the video again. Oh my goodness, YouTube really loves it when people come back and watch again, and then they start sharing the video more. So if you want to have some company while you're doing something else, I know we have some people, they come in, they just chat during the video, and then they come back and they watch the video again so that they can figure out what they're, what they want to do and how they want to do it. And knowing that you guys don't have to do the video exactly, the artwork exactly the way I do. I love seeing everybody's artwork. I have been just over the moon seeing all of the artwork coming out of these lessons. And if you want to share your artwork, if you're a patron, you can share it directly to the community page on our Patreon site. If you are not a patron and you want to share your artwork, you can do it by tagging @DeliberatelyCreative on Instagram. You can do it by joining our Facebook page. Follow my page and you can share directly to the page, which is Deliberately Creative. You can join our group on Facebook, and that is Deliberately Creative. Some people get auto accepted. You do have to answer the questions. If you are somebody who is already in a lot of groups on Facebook, excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. If you are in a lot of Facebook groups over on Facebook and you answer the questions, you will be automatically accepted. If you sign up to join the group and you don't answer all the questions, you won't get accepted to the group. Part of that is I'm trying to... I don't want that to come down the hill like that. I am trying to streamline Okay, so you see what happens? My words get lost when I start drawing. Sorry. And I want to make sure that the people who join are artists or people who like art and want to be creative and want to be kind and share with other people in a kind way. And so that's all it is basically answer the questions. The questions are like, will you follow the rules? And they're very basic. Be nice. We're family friendly. And yeah, basically, what's your favorite art material? Yeah, Patreon and PayPal. Those are like the best ways to, if you want to do a one time, you can do the PayPal, and if you want to do continuing support, you can do Patreon. And if you support multiple people on Patreon, it makes it nice because they only bill you the once. They don't bill you like 6 times. At least that's been my experience. Now I am making a funky grid on this. I want it to be a lot different. And I think what it's going to end up being, though, is, do I want it to be semi-realistic? And this is like the netting on a hillside, holding the rocks back. Or do I want it to be more whimsical? I think I'm going whimsical. So I think I'm going to actually go in. This is going to end up being kind of quilt patterned, I think. So I'm going to do a little pattern right here. See, you can make anything into a sampler. So we're doing different patterns. So this is kind of a flower leaf type pattern. I don't know what it is, but it's sort of a flower leaf type pattern. Okay, I need to move this over on my desk, but I can do, this with the camera. So I can get this moved over where it's comfortable for me. Oh yeah, and then my patrons, it's really fun because my patron tiers have fun little names like paintbrush, crayons, paint box. And that's just different levels. And really and truly, the patrons over on Patreon, you guys are just such a light in my day. Okay, I just filled in those. That's a little bit tight. I might not go quite so dark. Let's go with another flower. I'm just going to fill in these little shapes with different little doodles. This is where you can just let your imagination wander around. Let's see. I'm not going to put any spirals up on here. And the reason why I'm not going to put spirals on is because we've got those down here in the water. And I want the spirals to stay as water. But I do see this area right here as one that I'm going to just curl my water around. Ooh, that worked. That worked. All right. I think this one is just going to end up with that, put the dot in the middle and then kind of curve the lines as you're going out to the edge. Kind of like a pincushion or a tufted pillow. If I had made the dot bigger, it could have looked like a button on a tufted pillow. I want to do something that stays fairly light back here, so I think it's going to be like that. And I think back here, just circles. And that one's just going to get colored in just with lines. And the reason why is I want to have this darker than the water, but not too dark so that you can't see the designs. Yeah, I love seeing how everybody's growing their creativity. And if you're interested in possibly winning, come on. There it goes. Come on. Whoops, wrong one. Oh, good. Whoops. That was the wrong one. Sorry, I meant to put the Google form. Copy. I forgot that I had that in my thing. Oh, Sue, thank you so much. And make sure that you send me your email. Send me the email with your address so that I can send you that rose card. So rest up. Have a great night. Australia is a long way away and into another day. All right, so we're going to get some more going here. Let's see. A little bit bigger. Let's see how big I can go and still get it to focus. Ooh, still focused? Looks like it's focused. All right, so I want to do something up here. I think maybe that one's just going to be a little like a little checkerboard. Little random checkerboard. All right. Yeah, I am. Well, you know what though? When it's that zoomed in, it goes out of focus a lot more often. So let's not have it there. Let's keep it where it doesn't go out of focus so often. So I'm reading back through the chat here just real quick. Make sure we've got all the stuff. If you want to win this, make sure that you've clicked the link and enter on the Google form. Please remember, enter only once. And if you accidentally enter multiple times, I will just only pay attention to the very first entry that you put in. And so now, let's see. I'm looking across at my little doodle patterns. I think we're going to go with the little arch pattern. Like that. See? Pretty much all we're doing, one line at a time, making patterns by just repeating. That's all a pattern is repeating a line or a shape over and over. See? Oh, absolutely, this could be done in pencil. It would work. You know, I mean, my picture is actually quite there's a little bit of green, there's blue, there's white. and there's a dark, 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 dark green. And that's, I mean, really, that's it. But you could do this, you know, putting color on the hill. I'm just doing it in black and white. You can certainly... Oh, yes, and the word, beach escape. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Gina, for reminding me. When you enter, the secret word, beach escape. As long as you've got those two words, you're in. You just have to beach escape. Because we're escaping to the beach. We're giving ourselves a vacation without having to go anywhere except into our imaginations. And I love the imagination vacations right now. I really want to get out and go camping. My husband and I, we keep talking. It's like, oh, okay, we'll go camping this weekend. We say that on Monday. Friday comes around and it's like, oh, I'm so tired. Because he's working, you know, and he's tired and he's like, I don't really want to go camping. It's like, but we have the van. I want to go camping. I might end up going camping without him. Probably not, but I could. I drive the van the same as he does. Let's see here. I'm going to put big X and then break that into like a spider web, and then I'm going to put like petal shapes going around, and maybe I'll fill them in. Look at that. We've got this big flower there now. And maybe I'll put a few little dots, kind of like shading, on some of the petals. We're just filling it in with different shapes and having fun. I am looking at this going, ooh, let's see. How about we do a box, and then we do another box, and then we do another box, and you see how I'm overlapping them? Making those corners overlap. Kind of like shingles on a beach house. I like that idea, kind of like shingles on a beach house. Oh, I was doing I was playing with a doodle. I don't know if it's one that's going to end up being a lesson or not. I'll show you guys if you're interested. I know you are. You're always interested, and that's what makes it really fun here. Let's see. I'll show you. So I was playing with a doodle. So I was little broken down kind of barn-like house on a street with other houses. Would you be interested in that? Would you be interested in another beach escape where we go off to more of a tropical beach? Would be like the white sandy beach. Let me know. Leave me a comment in the comment section if you would like to see the tropical beach or the kind of broken down street. I'm having fun doing these things, so. And it wouldn't look exactly the same. It would be different because, you know, I can't do anything exactly the same. Oh yeah. Yeah, we would sleep in the tent. Mom and Dad would be in the little trailer. And then they got a pop-up travel trailer that would sleep 10. And there were only 6 of us, so we had enough room to kind of stretch out. But we still put a tent up. Because on hot nights, it was so much nicer to be in the tent than it was inside the trailer. And I do have a little teardrop trailer, too. I'm actually thinking that if we don't go camping away this weekend, I'm camping in the backyard. You like them all. Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to be the case there. Um, let's see here. Oh, I'm just maybe little hearts. Little hearts. And you know what? I'm not even worried about let's see. Maybe this will just be black polka dots with a white background. And maybe I want that to feel like it's curving a little bit. So I'll just put a little bit of a shadow at top and bottom. Nah, that doesn't make it feel curved. This one here is just going to get stripes. And really, if you look at it, this is just curved stripes. This is just, it's all stripes. It's just you're striping lines together. Either or both, you want them all. Okay, so I am looking at doing, now Friday is going to be, let's see here. Do I have the swirly tree in this book? Okay, you're going to get a quick little flip through here. I'm just... See? I do all kinds of doodles and drawing. I have a lesson on how to do buttons already, if you're interested in buttons. This is where I freeform mandala, seaside mandala with like shells and flowers. This is where I was figuring out how to do that unicorn pop. I was watching an Angela Anderson painting and doing my own doodle. Oh, see, there's that tree. There's a hub. Would anybody want a lesson just on doing tree doodles? I can do that. Let me know. You guys are getting a kind of a quick peek through here. I'm trying to find something. This is where, you know, figuring out those flowers. I think this is going to be a patron coloring sheet coming up. So I do a lot of different kinds of drawing, art, doodles, but the one I was looking for I'm not finding. Oh, well, this one's a different tree, but this was kind of the landscape I'm thinking of for Friday. Field of flowers? What do you think? All right. So that's a quick flip through of my current journal that I am doing doodles and practicing and working on ideas for things to share with you guys. Trees. All right, yes, trees. Okay. I am excited. That makes me happy. I love to do trees. And doodle trees are so fun because, you know, you can do corn dog trees and marshmallow trees and ice cream trees and cotton candy trees. So much fun to do things like that. So, all right. So I need to get a little bit more. Actually, I want to get darker up underneath of that tree up there. Because I want it to feel like that's a hillside up there, right? And so even though I've put patterns in around, I can just make it get dark. Just add lots of extra lines. That's better. That feels more like it flows. Line. That's going to get darker right there. I'm going to try and keep this lighter down here. And I think it's going to end up with big boulders or rocks. See? Just pile up those little circles on top of each other. And then you're going to put a little bit darker on the bottom sides, so it looks like they're sticking into the hill. They're coming out of the hill a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going to take those all the way across. Just fill that in. See how quick that fills in? We're going to fill this one in too. Fill it in with the rocks. And the water's coming up around it. That feels good. So crosshatch, meaning make lines one direction, make lines of the other direction. Put some little imperfection spots. That's just putting some dots on it. Line, line, line. Fill that in. And you'll know that I'm starting to, here's a tell for you guys. You'll know that I'm starting to get a little bit anxious to move on when I start filling things with circles. It's like, I want things to move along now. I want to move on to the rock in front. House is nice? Excellent. I really, really have a lot of fun doing these things, and I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying it also. I just, let's see, where did I set them? Oh. So I got the Signo Uniball clicky pens, and these are a 0.28 tip. And then, because I, just have to get more pens, right? This is a cap type pen, but it has a 0.38 tip on it. So I've got a bigger tip to be able to fill in areas with color. So that was the 0.38, and this is the 0.28. It's a lot skinnier. I don't know if you can even see that, but it's skinnier. It is. So there, that's, so, grab a handful of pens and just doodle in color. I'm actually thinking about doing some pen doodles in color also. I've got so many ideas. I have to remember that there's got to be some sleep. Oh yeah, if you have a battle with the washi tape, just warm it up. I want to move over here to this rock. I'm leaving this water. I think this bit of water right here is just going to end up getting its outliney puddly bit going like that. And then these guys, maybe one more little wave on the beach. Like I said, you need to have some places where your eye can rest. So we've got a lot of dark up here. We're going to have a dark thing down here. And then maybe very, very little going on back here in Oregon. Oh, the 20 pen bundle. Yeah, it's like $13. It's awesome. And this is a big rock. And I think I'm going to break this rock into a couple sections. Maybe, ooh, that actually looks like water just came pouring down it. Maybe the wave splashed this way too. And we have water that poured around. Following little bumps in the rock. See, your mind will give you different ideas, different things to think about, different ways of seeing. You just have to give yourself permission to see things differently. So welcome, Miss Amy. And thank you for being here. So Amy, if you are interested in winning this, come on, paste. And the word is beach escape. So fill in the form and make sure to enter the word, which is beach escape. So there we go. All right, I'm going to put a pattern on this rock, and I think this rock is actually going to get this kind of a pattern where I'm putting little dots in a grid. Okay, I think I'm going to do it over here too. Just like this, little dots in a grid. And this is an actual Zentangle pattern that I learned how to do a long time ago. Yeah, the whole thing is going to get it. It's going to be really interesting to see how this works. So you put the dots down in a grid, and my grid is not perfect. I did that on purpose. Because then when I am making my lines connect, so you're doing a scroll around. So you're scrolling over the top and under the bottom. And you just do that all the way around. And if you don't have a line or a dot to connect to, don't worry about it. Just act like you're going to that dot. So scrolling over the top and under the bottom. Over the top, under the bottom. Over the top, under the bottom. Now this one would be coming under the bottom, right? I've got water going over where my dot would be. I'll just make it look like it's under there. So this time, oh, over the top, under the bottom. Now, I've got a few lines, dots, that don't have a connection yet, right? So over the top and under the bottom to that one. Over the top, under the bottom to that one. Over the top of the dot, under the bottom. And now you're going, that's interesting. Yeah, it's going to get even more interesting because I'm pretending that there's dots over here. I'm going to say the dot is about there. And because I have my washi tape, I can just draw right on the washi tape. Like that. Over the top, under the bottom. See? I didn't make it go straight across. And I'm going to say that this one, the dot actually was going that way. See, if you stagger your lines, you can end up having them join up in interesting places. So that was under the bottom, and this is over the top. Isn't that cool? So now we're getting this fun sort of wavy shape thing going on, right? But we're going to connect some lines, and it's going to be even more fun. So I'm not sure what the name of this pattern is. I know that they have it on, I'm going to say there's a dot right there. I know that they've got it on the official Zentangle stuff. I don't worry about what the names of things are, so, you know. All right, now I'm going to make over the top, under the bottom. And look at how this just, boom, it looks like ribbons. Over the top, under the bottom. Over the top, under the bottom. But I'm going up and down on my page now. I'm going to say that dot's over there, so boom. So those are good. And you can shade this in different ways. You can make it look like it's scrolls. Ooh, that was interesting. This one got folded up. Look at that. Easy thing to do. And sometimes having something that makes you think a second is really good. It helps your brain. They have a thing, what is it? It's neuroplasticity, and that's the ability for your brain to learn new things. And I am of the, you have to keep your brain learning new things all the time. Let's see, that one's there. I'm going to say that one goes there. So there. All right. Now, I think that my water might not actually be water. It might just be cracks. See, I can make it into cracks in my rock by just drawing some lines on it. Or maybe it's an edge of the rock popping up. And then I think I'm going to have this one. The line is coming sideways to it. So by doing that, it looks like it's maybe this edge right here that I'm drawing on right now is flat. And the edge above, this one, that the lines are going perpendicular-ish. So we've got horizontal-ish lines and perpendicular-ish lines. See? By doing that, you give it more shape. And if you put a little bit of shadow, so that's just straight little lines, boom, 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 right there at the crease, it gives it more weight, and it feels, oh, that one came down, that's going over. Oh, the wave coming up looks kind of like Chewbacca? Yeah. Or it's a, oh, what do I want to say? It's a Sasquatch. Many cool things with bamboo. I like bamboo. Bamboo is a lot of fun. Let's see here. So we've got this one right here. This little paint or water runner. I'm going to put a little line coming through here. And a little line coming through there. And then I'm going to put my little vertical lines and horizontal lines. So vertical line. I think it's fun to see how things can change with just adding a line. Maybe we're not going to put the horizontal lines. I like that, with just the vertical lines. And that one's just going to drop off right there. Boom. Another doodle, bamboo plants and bonsai trees. Ooh, that would be a lot of fun. So, something I'm noticing, and this is something I want you to know that you can do. White Uniball pen, you can go back in. I'm saying this is a little bit heavy for what I want. I want this to be a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter. Nothing says that you can't go in and add a few lines. Look at that. We're lightening it up. A few lines of pen. You could do this with paint also if you wanted to, if you don't have this kind of a pen. So I'm just brightening it up. I want to put some highlight back in that space. So see? And this pen will be waterproof also. So I want to lighten up a couple of these areas. But not take out all my dark. I don't want to take out all the dark. But see how we're getting some of that highlight back in. It got a little heavy. We don't want it to be too heavy. It's still a pen and ink drawing. We're just using white ink and black ink. Oh no, you didn't make me feel insecure at all. Oh gosh, no. No, I'd been looking at it and going, it is feeling more like the cliff and not like the wave. So I wanted to kind of get it wavy again. The wave is crashing up. And I do want it to be a little bit brighter, right up at the tippy edge. And by bringing this pen around in more than just one or two places, bring it around lots of places. By bringing it around in lots of places, it looks like it's an element that you meant to have and not an afterthought. If you only put it in one place, it looks like you're using correction fluid. But if you put it in multiple locations, see, like that, now it looks like it was meant to be there that way. Putting something in one place looks like a correction or like you made a mistake. Putting something in multiple areas brightens it up, lightens it up, makes it feel a little bit more considered. That's the thing. I think maybe I'll put a white dot in the middle of those fun little boxes. Some of them I left the white and I like the look of that, so I'm just going to put some white. Now, one thing with this pen is that it does take a second for it to dry. So if you put your hand through it, you can smear it. Now, the Eco Pen, it dries almost instantly. So cool that way. And now I can go back in and say, all right, we're going to go wave. That wave has a bit of a darkness behind it. Just putting a few little lines. And then there's a bit of a darkness right there. See, don't fuss, don't fret. Just have fun. Enjoy the process. Enjoy learning what your pen can do. Enjoy learning what your eye sees. Yep. The reference is linked down below in the more information. We made the wave go up higher. It's a doodle. We're making this we're just enjoying the process. Just enjoying the process. So there you go. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be able to block in the photo first, get your ideas sort of started. And you'll see you can use a reference to do a doodle. That's the thing that I love here, is that you can use a reference to make your doodles. You're not totally flying blind. It gave me my basic blocking out of how I wanted this picture to sort of lay in. It's a real place. This is Cape Disappointment in Washington State on the, this is the area where the mouth of the Columbia River, the mighty Columbia, comes in contact with the Pacific Ocean. So, all right. I think I'm done with the white pen for now. See, I could go in here and do all kinds of extra little things. I'm not going to draw lines connecting these circles. I'm just putting circles in the middle, kind of like these were buttoned on to the rock. Somebody went and did a crochet or knitted rock cozy. Have you seen telephone poles or cars that are covered in crochet or knitted squares? I'm saying somebody went and did that to this rock. So that's that. Now we just have this one last one here in the background, and I don't want it to be, it's kind of, just sort of a hill that's pretty solid in the background. So I don't know that I really want to do too much to it. I don't want it to interfere with the wave. So I'm trying to think, what do we want to do? Oh, I think it's going to be flowers. There's going to be 3 flowers. It doesn't have to make sense. Kind of like the flowers that we did on our mountain escape. And then this one is tucked up underneath of that petal in the shadow, in the shared space. See, look at that. Doodle flowers are awesome for so many different opportunities to fill in spaces. Oh, that is so cute. And you see how this isn't going to interfere or interact with our wave. It's a totally different shape. So now I'm going to give it a few little lines. I feel like these little flower mountains are becoming a signature. They're something that I really like to do. See, just a few little lines. Give some indications of form and shape without, being fussy. They are not fussy lines, just little flicky lines. Set the pen down and sort of pull out wherever it stops, wherever my hand picks up. That's where it is. Little shading between those petals. Some shading underneath. Yeah, being able to, this really shows like three-dimensional hills now, doesn't it? And these over here being flat, it's like somebody laid a quilt out over the side of the mountain. I like that. I like that effect. I'm going to do some little, I can't help it, some little 3-petal flowers. It's just a loop, a bump, and a bump. Just needed a little bit more of something right here. It was looking a little plain. And I just can't stop myself sometimes, I love getting to doodle, and I love getting to share what I'm doing with you, and I absolutely love getting to see your doodles, your artwork. So please share. If you're a patron, you can share on the community tab on Patreon. If you are a Facebook person, you can share on my Facebook page, Deliberately Creative. And if you are interested in joining our group, we have Deliberately Creative Group, and you can share in there. And we share all kinds of art. It's not just doodles. We do paintings, and we have people who do sculpture and recycle art. It's all creativity. That's what I want you to know, is that we are about being creative, about stretching your creative, curiosity. That's what I want. So, oh my gosh. All right, we're going to pull the tape off, and I am going to sign it, and then we're going to do the drawing. Because, it's that time. So I'm going to warm up the tape. Don't worry about it. If your waves turned out differently, that's fine. It's okay for them to be different. And you know what? My thing is if my waves didn't work out, I was going to make them rocks. So if your waves don't work out, make it into rocks. Grab a white pen. grab some white gouache. There, see, when you heat up the tape, you can actually get it to come off the paper without tearing. Oh, I was going to put a couple puffy clouds on. So I'm just going to do just sort of a scribble cloud. Just like that. Just a light scribble cloud. Sorry about that going out of focus there. And then a little bit of another line inside the cloud. And what that does is it makes it feel like there's some dimension in your cloud. The secret word of the day is beach escape. Beach escape. So let's just grab a beach escape. Big Rock Candy Mountain in Utah. The rock is amazingly cool. Ooh, yeah, that sounds great. I just barely slipped into Utah when we were coming out of Colorado last year. All right, so get your entry in. I'm going to sign this. And I think I'm going to do it right here. And I'm actually putting my name on it. I am sending these in the mail, first class mail. Beach escape. There. It's even named Beach Escape. Ha ha ha. I am sending them in the mail in just a manila envelope, and they do have a piece of card mat board in backing them so that they don't get bent. But all right, so beach escape is the word. The one last time, I'm putting the, come on, there. One last time, I'm putting the link. Beach escape is the word. Miss Robin Johnson won the Monday video mountain escape, and hers is on the way to her, so hopefully in the next day or so she'll be getting hers. I'm going to zoom out. Yeah, I've got funky tape on my background here. Let's see if we can get it to stay on the paper. Come on. It's like, I want that tape off of there. I want it to look pretty. Do you ever get that way? Do you get, something is, see this is a way I would take this in and have it framed, and I would use black mat board, and I would have it surface mounted to the black mat board, and then put under glass, is how I would get it framed. You hope the winner wins? Me too! All right, so I am going to go and bring up we've got 25 responses. We've got the spreadsheet, create a new spreadsheet. It's going to come up, and then it's going to do that. I'm covering over the email addresses because we don't want to share those all out there in the world. We have from number 2 to 26. So, show you. We've got 2 to 26. So, 26 people entered. You are awesome. So, let's go to random.org. We're going to put in, actually, I'm going to refresh this page. You're going to see it being refreshed, because I want you to see we're starting from a fresh 2 to 26 and generate. number 10. All right, we're going to go back. We're going to find out who number 10 is. Okay, Robin, you won last time. So, so Robin, I'm going to draw again because yours is coming in the mail today. So we're going to go and do the drawing again. If that's all right with you, Robin. I should have said something. But I'm asking, Robin, is it okay with you if we draw again? Since you just won. All right. I'm waiting to see Robin. Robin, let me know. Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, sometimes we and I just showed you my whole screen. That was silly of me, wasn't it? You got to see some behind the scenes there, guys. That's what I look at. So now I'm trying to... No, I can't minimize that. All right, I am going to go back and you're going to see behind the scenes again here for a real quick second. Actually, no, you're not. I'll just put you back I'll put you back here where I'm doing my thing. That's interesting. Oh, that's because that's there. All right, so we're going to go back here and we're going to go back and I'm going to look and see. Robin. Please do someone else. Okay, thank you, Robin. I'm going to go to random.org and we're going to leave it in the same thing because now it's not going to pick number 10 again. So, generate. Number 26. Woo! Sometimes it works to be the last one in, doesn't it? All right, so we're going to pull up. Let's see. Elizabeth! You made it! Awesome! All right, so Elizabeth De La Rosa, you won. I will put it on the, here. Put it back on that one. There, Elizabeth, you won! So, woohoo! This is so fun. I love doing stuff like this, guys, and, you know, it's live, and it's a little bit, you know, one of those things. It's live. We'll make that get a little bigger for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. Remember that we will be doing another doodle on Friday. It's going to be the flower meadow with tree. And then next week, I think we're going to do some techniques. So we're going to do like a tree day. And maybe we'll do an animal day. We'll do like simple animals. Little simple critters that we can put into our pattern designs. Because patterns, having little silhouettes of animals running through things, like our little whale tail, that's a critter that was added to our drawing. So, and then we'll come up with something else. You know, maybe it'll just be some basic fun ways to fill things. I really appreciate you guys all. Remember, do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I hope to see you back here again really soon. Bye.